Starlog episode 11.
Ah, he beat me to it.
Michael's been doing the thing where he's been stealing my intro, so
I've not been stealing.
I've been thinking about it.
I feel
all
like if it's
weekend.
a co-host thing.
That's what I said.
Okay, well you did the
we are
last two. Now it's my
co-hosts.
turn,
Berkan did like the first 7 in a row.
and then you did the last 2.
And then I just started going like immediately as soon as we started.
Okay,
I just started
yeah.
going like Starlog episode 9.
It's episode 11 actually.
Oh, it's episode
this
11.
Is why I intro.
Well, no, that's because when I started, I did 9 and 10.
This is a lot.
So-
yeah.
oh, sorry.
Oh, Mark.
Oh yeah, Mark's
Hey,
here.
Mark's here.
Anyway,
Woohoo, Mark.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to the podcast,
thank you.
Mark. Mark is my brother-in-law.
yeah, and he's just some guy I know.
Yeah,
so.
just randomly one day
Yeah.
we ran into each other at a festival.
We're not related. We did run into each other. We did.
We
yeah.
did. So that was a real story. That wasn't a joke.
Yeah, we went to Oktoberfest months ago.
Yeah.
And this was obviously after Berkan and Allison were already married, and we saw each other from like across the field, and we were like,
It was a really magical moment.
are you? And we were like, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
me.
the first time like Mark and I met in person, you were there too, Michael.
What time was that?
It was what time? It was approximately 12:15 p.m.
Okay, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
It was Allison's birthday, 2017, so August 14th,
What were we?
2017.
go.
What were we doing?
There you go. We were going to the Dallas World Aquarium.
Oh, yeah.
We got you to Michael was supposed to be working a admission shift and at Sea Life in the tunnels, so we could have easily been caught. We had him call out and pretend he was sick so he can go to the aquarium.
Which is funny
with
because
us.
we all worked at the aquarium. Well, except Mark.
I
but,
did not.
But like literally,
I worked at the mall though.
everybody else there worked at the aquarium, and they were like, "Just call out sick." And it's like, okay, but you guys are all my coworkers, and like,
we weren't gonna rat on you.
yeah, I know.
Allison was your boss, and she was like, "Just call out sick."
Yeah, that was funny.
So yeah,
I think the first time I met you, I didn't even know who you were because you were cleaning the glass in the aquarium.
oh, that's actually
according to
valid point.
Allison, poorly.
I was just
Poorly.
pretending to
Poorly.
clean
That
the
is a
glass.
very
In the first episode that Allison
Yeah.
was on, she literally was like,
emphasized
"Berkan
it
was
all
bad."
the time. All the time. That's her number one
Listen,
thing.
I have an eye condition. How many times do we need to bring this up? It's a valid excuse. I could not see the smudges.
Got an eye condition.
This is ridiculous. Well, Mark, we're glad you're on the podcast,
Thank you.
and just to kind of speed things up, so we can get to the good stuff. We do want everyone to get a chance to get to know you, so I have some rapid questions.
Oh boy.
for
Yeah.
you. Okay, first things first, because I am Big Screen Berkan. Favorite movie
Oh, that's tough. Favorite movie like of all time?
of all time?
It's probably got to be Moneyball.
Moneyball?
Moneyball.
Yeah, Moneyball's a great movie. Have you seen Moneyball, Michael?
It's just sort of boring to me.
Well,
you didn't.
I was
grow
a
up
big
playing
baseball player growing
You
up,
played
so-
baseball.
Yeah. Are
also
there not
like the
are there not
numbers.
better baseball movies like Angels in the Outfield or something?
that's a good one too. But I like the numbers behind it.
Oh,
too.
because you're also a finance guy.
Yeah, because I'm also a finance guy. So.
Right.
Yeah, Jonah Hill in that movie is
Jonah
also
Hill's awesome in
awesome.
That was like his first like serious role.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really
he was
serious
nominated
role,
for an
yeah.
Academy Award,
Yeah,
wasn't
and
he?
we were
Yeah.
all like, "Wait, Jonah Hill can act?" Because we knew him from like Superbad.
Plus, I like the fact that it's actually based off of a true story. Like that is
That's
like all of that happened.
Do you know what's crazy? Chris Pratt is one of the baseball players, and no one really knew who Chris Pratt was.
He
Oh,
plays
movie
he
came
plays
out.
the catcher that has to transition to first base in that movie.
Did not even realize.
Yeah.
Did not even realize.
Cool. All right, finish the lyric. I've been getting dirty money, Jordan Belford.
Wow.
You know this song.
I know this song really well.
Here, I'll
This
give
is
it to you
the
one more
chorus,
time.
Too. This is
I know.
like the most popular part.
I've been getting dirty money, Jordan Belford. Okay, here, this is what we'll do. I'll say that
stacking
line.
penny stocks while I'm flipping these birds.
That's
There it is,
exactly
that's
it. Ding,
exactly
ding,
it.
ding, ding,
See?
ding, ding, ding.
There it is.
Where
There it
is
is. See, I put that because I thought you were gonna tell me your favorite movie was The Wolf on Wall Street.
Oh no, that's
Of
it.
Wall Street. The Wolf of
It's
Wall
the Wolf
Street.
of Wall.
Yeah.
No, it's a good one. I just think if that's your favorite movie, what's that really say about you? You know, especially if you work in the world of
Right.
finance. Especially if you work in the world of finance,
As you do.
as I do. So I think it wouldn't be a great thing to really say that that's my favorite movie.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. What do you eat first, the fries or the burger?
The fries every time.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Fries,
Eat
like-
the burger.
Like my fraternity brothers and me had this. Like every single one of us ate the fries when we would go out, and then we would all eat the burgers later because you have to eat them while they're warm. Otherwise,
that's
they get
exactly
soggy. and they're not
right.
good.
That's exactly
They're not
right.
This is why that logic is so stupid.
But there's no
the burger
flaw to
is
that
what
logic.
you paid for. You didn't pay for the
I
fries.
paid for the
No,
meal.
no,
I paid for the meal.
exactly.
Then what's the main event? The burger.
I
Why
don't-
don't you want your
Yeah.
burger to be cold?
It depends where you get the fries from.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, this is ridiculous.
I honestly, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I think my favorite food might be French fries.
Wow.
I'm just gonna say it. I don't care what everybody else has to say. I don't care about the backlash I will receive for this.
Okay,
Your
well,
favorite
follow up question to
food?
that then.
Yeah.
What French fry? Where
Ooh,
from?
yeah, that's important.
Okay, this is a great question. Because also I feel like there are some French fries that are just inherently different than others. For example, Chick-fil-A's waffle fries very different than McDonald's fries.
Overrated, by the way.
I've seen
Whoa.
a meme recently.
Fact.
I've seen a meme recently on Twitter that said like the crispy fries that you get from like the halal place,
Yeah.
so good. Especially you combine some white and red sauce, maybe some ketchup in there. You get those loaded fries. So good. There's so many ways you can do it.
Are you talking about like the
Extra
the
salty,
really crispy ones that like are basically like chips?
Yeah, they might be fused together a
yeah,
little bit.
yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, those are good.
Have you seen the videos of the guys who like go to Chick-fil-A? They get like a giant like container, and then they order like 2 orders of chicken tenders, the chicken nuggets, the fries. You get like every sauce.
Yeah, and they
put
mix
them
it all
together,
together.
and they
yeah.
mix it. They add the mac and cheese.
No.
It's like a
How big of
Chick-fil-A
a
fit.
container are we
It's like
talking?
it's
Decent
bigger
size.
than this table.
It's a decent
or
size.
probably as big as.
Because I'm thinking of like the bed of a pickup truck.
That would kind of be cool though.
It sounds
be
like,
kinda
and it
wild.
kind of sounds like a Mr. Beast video.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like we took this Tesla Cybertruck to McDonald's and filled it up with chicken nuggets and French fries.
Anytime I think of the back of a pickup truck, I think about like putting like a tarp in the back of it and making it a mobile pool.
Ah, yes.
Oh,
yes.
a mobile
Yeah,
pool.
a mobile
What
pool.
gave you this idea? Did this just
I did
come
it
to
in
you one day?
college.
You did it.
Yeah.
How did it work?
Not great.
I
The
didn't
water
think so.
slushes everywhere.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
I
Right.
want to try it.
I think it would be fun though to do it
It'd
again.
be fun.
It does sound
We
like
should do it again. All right. Once we get 10,000 subscribers, followers, whichever one comes
Cool.
first, we'll celebrate by
That's
finding
it?
a truck.
10,000. We're gonna buy a truck.
No, we're not going to buy a
Trucks are
truck.
expensive.
Yeah, I
We're
was
just
about
gonna-
to say for
no, no, no.
$10,000.
We're going to find a truck.
Oh, okay.
We're going to fill it up.
I could get us a truck.
There you go. Mark will get us a truck.
All right.
All right. Next question.
I don't think that's actually
Who,
gonna happen.
who do
Mark.
you
I
think
don't
is
that's
your
real.
celebrity look like?
My celebrity lookalike?
Uh-huh.
When I was younger, have you ever seen The Blind Side?
Yes, of course.
Okay. That
Is
Don't
the
say
kid?
don't say. I know where you're going with this, and I don't see the resemblance.
That's it. You got me there. You got me there. No, but the little boy in that movie, when I was young, like his age, I looked like identical to him.
Okay.
Oh man, you kind of got like a Chris Evans Infinity War cut going
Chris,
on. The cut and
okay.
the beard?
Yeah.
I see it.
maybe from the forehead up.
I see it.
Dude, forehead up, you look like Captain America.
Thank you. I take that.
Do you know who we used to say Michael's celebrity lookalike was?
Oh God.
know?
This was. I don't look like him anymore, so you're not gonna get this.
Okay. Is it one of the Rugrats?
No.
The Rugrats? You gotta leave. You got the Rugrats?
So, in high school, Michael had like these glasses, which I still liked, by the way.
I love those glasses, and I'll tell you why after the story.
Michael had these glasses, and he had a haircut that made him look like a young Bill Gates.
And I knew it was a bad haircut. I knew it was a bad
It
haircut.
was great.
I'm the one
There
who
will
made
be-
the comparison. I tweeted a picture of me and Bill Gates side by side, and I said, "Why does haircut make me look like Bill Gates?"
There will be
Oh
a
my
picture
God.
popping up on the screen right now.
And it went quote unquote viral within my school.
Okay.
And literally
Within
there
the
were
high
like
school bubble, yeah.
within our high school bubble, but there were literally like strangers walking up to me in our high school. You went to private school, so I don't know if you would
Alright.
understand this. Did you know everybody in your grade?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so
we didn't even close
not
to
even
know everybody in
close.
our grade. There were like 1,000 people in our grade. There'd be random people. There were 4,000 people in our high school. There were random people walking up to me and they're like, "Are you the Bill Gates kid?" And I was like, "Yeah." Like,
Bill
like, I
Bill
guess.
Gates was at a Baylor game.
Yeah, he was randomly at a Baylor game.
Yeah.
Bill Gates?
Yeah, he was at the opening of the Baylor's new basketball arena because he's dating the lady who like donated all the money.
Bill Gates is dating the Baylor alumni or what?
I would hope she's an alumni. That stadium is expensive.
Or she's just donating to some random college.
Hey, Baylor's not a random college.
It's kind of random.
It's not random.
It's another private school. Bro, you're such a private school kid. You went to private school, like growing up, then you went to a private college. It's like, why are you so scared of the public?
Favorite day of the week?
Every day of the week.
What kind of question?
It's probably got to be Friday, right? You know, you're done with the work week, get to go hang out with the boys.
All right.
I feel bad for Thursday. We get to Thursday, and then everybody's just like, oh, I can't wait for Friday.
No,
What are
Thursday's
we
a great day
talking
because it's,
about right now? What are we?
Thursday's a great day because it's Friday Eve.
Yeah, but everyone's just hoping that Thursday
You
ends to
feel
get to
bad
Friday.
for Thursday?
Yeah, I do.
What are we talking about right now?
Even the pop culture hit Friday when she goes, "It's Friday,
Black?
Friday" by Rebecca Black.
just
She
make a
goes,
Rebecca
"Yesterday
Black
was
reference?
Thursday." Like it was such an afterthought. I felt so bad.
You feel bad for a day that.
Yeah, I do.
What are we doing?
Get a load of this.
What are we
guy.
doing?
Get a load of this guy.
All right. I got one more.
Okay.
Is it wrong for a vegetarian to eat animal crackers? It's a really deep question if you think about
Goodness. Morally, probably. In terms of like,
it. Michael's so disgusted.
I don't know because
I would say yes.
You don't
I
I
know.
would say it's kind of
You don't
hypocritical.
know. You don't know if it's bad for vegetarians to eat animal crackers.
no.
I think it's a little hypocritical.
In what world is it hypocritical
I think
for a vegetarian to eat a
It's a
cracker?
principle. It's
Yeah,
not a
I
cracker.
think
It's a
it's the
cracker
moral-
shaped like the very thing
moral
they are
point of
protesting.
the fact that it's them eating animals.
Okay, so if I eat a gingerbread man, does that make me a cannibal?
Well, do you have a thing against eting gingerbread?
Do I have a thing
Or-
against eating? What do
you personally have a
what
thing
are we
against
talking about right now? What do we-
You know what? Yes, Michael. Yes, if you have a thing against cannibalism, then you shouldn't eat gingerbread men.
Oh my god.
If
I
you're
think everyone should have a thing against cannibalism.
Then we
I'm
shouldn't
gonna go out
be-
on a limb there and say that.
then
All right,
we
gin-
shouldn't be eating gingerbread
Yeah,
men.
yeah.
I'm
If,
gonna go-
if you have a thing
I'm
against
gonna
cannibalism,
go out on a limb and say everyone
if
should
you
have
have
an
a
issue
thing
with it.
against cannibalism, you
Yeah.
can't eat cracker. But if you're okay, if you're like
If you're on the
fence,
borderline of it,
if
yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, eh,
Maybe you take a step across, see what it's like.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dip your toe in.
Dip your toe in the water. See what it's like. See if it's warm. Yeah.
All right, that's Mark. Everybody, congratulations.
Thank you.
What kind of questions were
I
these?
felt
Yeah, I
like it was a
thought
good
they were gonna
question.
hit me a little bit harder than that. The hardest one was finishing the lyric from Jordan Belfort.
That one even made a little bit more sense because it opened us up to Mark a little bit in
Yeah.
in his career field, right?
Yeah, yeah. Michael, how about you ask me a question? Just
All
ask
right,
me.
all right, yeah.
a
All
question.
right. What's your stance on? Wait, can I see the agenda real quick?
Sure.
All right. What's your stance on the new Whataburger wings?
Oh, boo.
Oh, I like that method of stealing one of Berkan's questions. I like that.
The fact that it's Berkan's question upsets me. We are co-hosts.
All right, okay.
Starlog.
The
Starring
show's
Berkan.
Yeah.
Understood.
Did he ask me about these
Featuring
rapid?
Michael Lee.
Did he ask me about these rapid fire questions? No.
No.
Did he let me introduce even amount of the episodes? No.
Hey, we're getting there. We're not done producing episodes. You can still catch up.
Anyways, my thoughts on the Whataburger wings.
Are they
got the-
boneless?
They are boneless. They're boneless.
Oh, that's
Okay.
good. That's
I
good.
got the honey butter, as you have to if you go to Whataburger, because honey butter slaps for those that have not had it.
Dude, those honey butter chicken biscuits.
Mm.
Okay, so are they actual wings or do they
Yeah.
taste the same as like?
I would describe like if you took their chicken strips and you chopped them up.
So what makes them wings? If
I
they're
don't
just
know.
like chicken strip, could I just get the chicken strips and their wing sauces and then basically have like the same thing?
Probably.
Yeah, I guess you could, but the
I-
question is,
if I
do
had to
they
say.
usually have the wing sauces?
I don't.
So it's really the sauces that are new, not necessarily the wings.
Well, it's like chicken nuggets, basically, right?
It's like a different shape of chicken offering.
Well, that like
Right.
it goes back to the question: is boneless wings what makes them wings compared to chicken nuggets?
The bone-in wings.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, I like boneless wings, but the bone-in wings are what makes it wings because it's a different way of eating it.
Yeah, yes, and they're better inherently.
Okay.
Well, see, I do like boneless.
I'm
better.
not going to take a stance on this. This is a heated topic.
I'm taking a stance on it right now. Bone-in wings are superior.
See, I'm for boneless. It's
Right,
just
No
easier.
surprise there.
I'm going to introduce one of Catherine's comments on our podcast.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Sound off in the comments what you like for your wings, bone in or bone out. You know, sound off in the comments. Just go ahead and sound off.
Shout out to Catherine, Michael's older sister.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know if we talked about this last episode or the episode before, but Catherine had a lot of notes for our podcast, and one of them was, "You guys need to be saying sound off in the comments.
Sound off in the comments.
Sound off in the comments."
Well, I'm just gonna drop that in then.
yeah.
Throughout this.
Oh, you
episode.
should. That
you
was
should,
one of
you should.
Catherine's notes. Though.
She's gonna be.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
gonna be very pleased.
Yeah, I'll just drop it in for you guys.
Did you know that Michael and I, our first job, we worked together at Whataburger?
Whataburger, yeah.
Yeah,
I knew that.
Yeah.
great. Michael wasn't my biggest fan when we worked at Whataburger.
I would never have come to y'all's Whataburger. I'm gonna be
Right.
honest.
I felt like our Whataburger was a great location.
was.
We got the job done. I had very little responsibilities, which was
Yeah, no
great.
surprise there.
Yeah. I go off on Berkan a little bit because
Did you do all of his work?
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
yeah.
I did.
In my defense,
Berkan, they put him on like the They put them on the shift where you just fill up the cups with the drinks.
The
right?
stand there and look pretty shift.
Right. Not even like take people's orders. Not. You just fill up cups with drinks. Okay, this one's Dr. Pepper. This one's Powerade. This one's tea. Whatever. You know. They put them on one shift where you got to make the fries. Oh no, make the fries. You got to.
But I wasn't trained. I didn't know how to cook the
None
fries.
of us were trained.
Dude, you
No,
just
no.
dunk it in the
You
oil.
literally, put the fries in the basket, put it in the oil, press start on the timer. You don't even gotta like set the time because the timer is preset. So you literally dump the basket in the fry oil, you take it out, you salt it. I didn't get trained. AJ didn't get trained. Here I go with mentioning AJ again.
AJ.
Nobody got trained on this shit. You go over there. You're fumbling. The drive-thru's wrapping around the block twice because they're waiting on the damn fry. The burgers are ready before the fries are ready.
That's really saying something.
I literally got I got to switch with Berkan. I'm like, Berkan, just go make some fucking drinks and I'll make the fries.
And I never was moved from drinks again.
This is why, as a co-host, I'm like, please share some responsibility. Let me read some of these questions. Let me
not
introduce
careful,
some of these
Michael's gonna go on
episodes.
strike.
Yeah.
Here you go, Michael.
Thanks, buddy.
You can take the agenda.
We're co-hosts.
We're co-hosts.
for the record.
That's what it says. That's what I read it as.
This is me on my rant. This is me.
You got a little soapbox.
Here,
right there.
Mike.
I know,
I'll give you
I
some,
might as
well get on
some
it.
encouragement.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. You're doing a great job, Michael. You're doing a
Alright.
great job.
For the record, I'm not actually mad at Berkan.
Where's the boo button?
I don't know if we have a boo button.
We need to get a boo button.
See, this is what I'm talking about. this guy doesn't even know that we don't have a boo button.
It's showbiz, baby.
All right, I'm not actually mad at Berkan. I'm just giving it a little bit of oomph. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, Mark, have you heard that there's a brand new TED show?
He gives me the agenda, doesn't let me read the next item.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Michael. Go
No,
ahead.
Michael, I have not heard about the brand new TED show.
Oh well, dude, it's pretty good actually.
Is it?
How many episodes have you watched, Michael?
I've watched 3.
Okay, so I finished it. You've watched 3. You never even heard of it.
I never heard of it. No.
It's literally the Seth MacFarlane. You can tell it's a Seth MacFarlane show. Like they literally do the thing where they like start off with like a shot of the house and they go like ba-da-da-ba-da-ba, and do like a little like a little jazzy
What
jingle.
did they do?
The sitcom jingle.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
Just like that.
You ever seen Family Guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They literally do a shot of the house and they have a little like sitcom jingle, like, and then they go in the house and show you what's going on. Right?
Okay.
They do that all the time. They do the same thing in Ted.
Did you watch the TED movies?
I've seen them. Yeah.
Okay.
It like you can tell it's live action, but you can tell it's a Seth MacFarlane show.
Okay.
I think it's probably one of the best comedies I've watched in a minute.
Right.
It's so good. It's better than the
Dude,
movies.
I was audibly laughing.
It's so
in the
funny.
First 3 episodes.
It's streaming exclusively on Peacock. It's only 7 seasons. Season 2 is in
episodes.
green.
7 seasons.
7 episodes.
It's
God.
only
It's
7
only
seasons.
7 episodes. Season 2 hasn't been greenlit, but if enough people talk about it and they enjoy it, they'll get a season 2. Hence why we're talking about it.
Oh, this is us showing our support.
This is
We're
ours.
trying to
this is us
get
showing
that
support.
second season out.
No, it actually is really good because I thought it was going to be like very forced, like raunchy. The humor kind of like they're trying to like forcibly get you like the shock factor humor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, their first couple of jokes are definitely like a little edgy.
Yeah, but then it just kind of like it just sets.
Probably like it.
It just settles
Probably
in
will.
to this like very like natural like humor that works so well. So basically, the premise of the show it's them in high school. It's
Oh, okay.
John Bennett in high school.
Like the origin story of.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
Oh, so Ted's already went through his like Hollywood phase. Like he's not really famous anymore. Like he's not going on talk shows. He's just staying at home every day. Goes to high school with John. It's really funny. It really is a good show, and it's a rare thing where the reboot actually is better than the original.
Yeah, I agree with you. And it's funny too because like it shows you on Peacock it shows you the ratings, and the movie has like a 70% on Rotten Tomatoes, and the show is like a 90%.
That's crazy.
So it's rated higher too. It's not just like our opinion. It's like
It's the people's opinion.
I don't
the
think
people-
I don't think I've
people's
seen anybody have anything really negative to say about it. I mean, with 90% on Rotten Tomatoes,
Nice.
makes sense.
highly
It's
recommend
10%.
it. Love it.
Yeah.
Berkan, do you want to do a Marvel minute?
Yes, I do have a Marvel minute. Start that timer. Get
Okay,
that
let
timer
me
going.
Let me get the timer going.
I need to get.
Sad that you have to get.
Oh no! There we go. All right. This is the Marvel Minute presented by Big Screen Berkan.
All right, ready?
Let me know when to start the clock.
3, 2, 1, Go.
Spend your Valentine's Day in the movie theaters watching Madam Web, starring Dakota Johnson. Now, here's the one thing you should expect from Madam Web. The movie will have zero reference to Spider-Man. Originally, Sony was planning to have Andrew Garfield be revealed to be the Sony Cinematic Spider-Man Universe Spider-Man, but then they decided, no, you know what, that wouldn't make sense. Let's have it be Tom Holland and be both universes Spider-Man. But then they reshot the film to cut out any reference to Spider-Man, and so the movie was completely redone so that we Spider-Man fans would be very disappointed and sad, and I am heartbroken. And also, Madam Web will be its own set universe instead of sharing a universe with Venom and Kraven the Hunter and Morbius. That's all I got.
All right, you had 20 spare seconds. That was only 40 seconds.
Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man. I love you, Tobey Maguire, though. Tom Holland's good too, but Andrew Garfield's peak.
Wait, so is your order Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland?
Correct.
Very interesting. I think.
Yours?
Sound off in the comments what your order is. Sound off in the comments what your order of your favorite Spider-Man are.
That's fair.
That was good. That was
Thank
good,
you,
Berkan.
thank you.
I had no idea that Madam Web was happening until we saw the trailer before Mean Girls.
Yeah.
And
Me either. I didn't know it was a thing.
I was so surprised. And honestly, the trailer looked good. Like I had heard no news about it, and I'm kind of stoked for it. Even though I know you're
Sydney Sweeney as a Spider-Woman.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know you're a little upset that they reshot it or whatever.
Here's the thing, though. I'm actually not that upset that Spider-Man isn't
Should've been
being
Tobey.
referenced. I just wish they committed. Like, just commit to. I just want more Andrew Garfield content, and I'm just hurt that see if I watched the movie and there was no Spider-Man reference. I would have been a little annoyed because it's Madam Web, and Madam Web literally relies on Spider-Man references just because she can see through all the universes. But I would have been okay. But now that I know it could have been Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland involved in some way, I'm just sad.
It's like
Punching air. He's punching air right now.
dude, what if they're doing a thing like they did for the Tom Holland Spider-Man with the third one, No Way Home, where it's like, guys, we promise Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are not in this movie. We promise, we pinky swear.
Well, okay,
they're
so
not
here's
in this
the thing.
movie,
Here's
and
the
then
thing.
boom.
The movie is purposely set in 2003.
Okay.
Plot of the movie is that they're also kind of protecting Mary Parker while she's pregnant with Peter Parker.
Okay.
Which is also why I would have been okay if there's not really any reference to Spider-Man because it's early on. But they made it 2003. Tom Holland's Spider-Man canonically was born in 2001, so you can't really connect it.
So the pregnancy thing doesn't, yeah, makes sense. But then again, we got the Spider-Verse, so who knows what universe?
Anything is
knows?
possible.
They're
We'll
everywhere.
see.
They're
Exactly.
everywhere.
We'll see.
Well, that was a good minute.
Thank you.
Berkan, you went to a card show
Yes,
recently?
I went to the Dallas Card Show. Now, Michael and I talked a little bit about this, and we're actually curious. The reason why we're including this in the show is because we want to get someone in the financial field, their opinion on this. But,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Mark, I used to collect sport cards a lot.
Yes.
I don't really collect them anymore. I kind of moved on to just more like collecting like my favorite movie memorabilia and those autograph stuff. But I was really big into it. Your
My
dad
dad's
has an
big into it.
impressive
Crazy
card
collection, yeah.
collection. It's
Absolutely
super
crazy.
impressive. And so I was trying to explain this the hobby to Michael yesterday. So I was at a card show, and it's just everybody's trading cards like crazy. They're buying, they're selling, and the values of some of these cards are absolutely insane. And there's cards for anything you can think of: basketball, football, Pokemon, soccer, presidents, movies, anyone you can think of. I've seen cards where it's like a John F. Kennedy and has a little piece of his hair enclosed in the card.
JFK.
JFK, yes.
They have JFK trading cards.
Yeah, with a little piece of his hair.
What's his special effect? What's his attack point?
So that's the thing. Michael's having trouble kind of understanding why there's any actual value.
Why do you need a trading card for a president?
It's just, there's a trading card for everything, Michael.
Well, okay, then what's the point of adding a lock of his hair? It has nothing to do with the card. It's just a lock of his hair.
It's a piece of
To be able
history.
to say you have it.
Right, but then why put it on a card? Like, it's like the card part makes no sense to me. Like buying, okay, oh look, this is a piece of the president, his body. Oh my God, this is okay, cool.
It also kinda
I
feels illegal.
have an autograph. It does feel a little illegal.
It's
got
okay.
to- I gotta
It's
know where they
officially
get the hair.
licensed. It's officially licensed
How'd
by
they
the
get the
U.S.
hair?
government.
How'd they get the great? Okay, so the U.S. government.
I don't know. I don't know.
Gave him
I
this
honestly
hair-
do
gave
not know
him
how that stuff
JFK's
gets
hair?
authenticated.
There's also a conspiracy that the U.S. government played a part in killing JFK. So it's like, do we really trust the U.S. government to be spreading his DNA around? I don't think they have JFK's best interest at heart.
You may be right. But anyway, so again, some of these card values are absolutely insane. Now they're signed. Like I have like a signed Willem Dafoe card, Andrew Garfield, a Kobe Bryant card.
The autographs make sense to me too because
Right.
at least you're getting an autograph.
But there are cards like it's not just like rookie cards are a big deal. Like a player's rookie card is a big deal. Charizard in Pokemon, big deal.
Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Magic the Gathering cards, they make sense to me because you use them in a game, you know? But just a card for like a basketball player that's not signed, that doesn't have a piece of his hair, that doesn't have a piece of his jersey. Berkan was telling me sometimes they'll put a piece of the jersey.
Game worn. Sometimes
the
they're
card.
game worn.
It's
now
like-
recently they've been doing a thing where they just have the player put on the jersey for like a quick second and then take it off, just so that they can say it was player worn.
So like, so that's my point. It's like I'm like, what? So why do people actually want these cards? Like, what do they?
They're collectibles. They collect. It's part of their favorite thing. Like, why would you want a Charizard? Because you think it'd be cool to have, right?
And because how it started was that it was a trading card game. People were using these cards. They were playing them. People really liked using Charizard. Eventually got to the point where they made like holographic and like versions and like different art style versions. And then it's like, oh, when you have this card and you play it against your friends are going to be like, whoa, that's crazy that you got this very cool special card. And it moved from that to actually using it in the game to kind of just keeping it on a shelf as a flex. But now it's moved from that to just having a card of something to keep as a flex for the sake of the flex. And for the sake of rarity, rather than for the sake of actually using it, or for the sake of it connects to somebody specific, like an autograph or a piece of hair or a jersey or something, or a jersey that you just wear once, like not even their actual jersey. They're just doing it to say that they did it, and just to make scarcity and to make value out of nothing, out of thin air. Poof.
Yeah, it's kind of like CS:GO. CS:GO, like the game online, you buy the skins, and there's literally skins like for guns and things like that are worth like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
Thousands of dollars.
Like people pay actually like thousands of
That's
dollars for
wild.
the gun skin in the game.
Even that makes more sense to me.
What?
Because that relates to the Charizard thing where it's like you can actually use that skin when you're playing against people, and those people are going to go, whoa, this guy killed me with this really cool special skin, versus like a rookie card you just keep on the shelf. It's like a piece of art.
Well, no, not
right?
everyone.
But it's like less than a piece of art
collectors.
because it's just printed.
The same collectors who won't play the Charizard, who won't play those cards, are the same people who keep them on shelf. But there's like
But
kids
it
when they
but
collect
it
trading
evolved
cards.
to that. It
they
evolved
want-
to that
well,
for Pokemon cards.
Sure, but like okay, so like, did you collect trading cards when you were a kid, like
did not.
sports? Okay, well I did. So when I collected basketball cards, I was trying to collect all the players. Like I didn't play them in a game, but it was still something like we did to achieve something, and we would trade it with other kids. And like people, just like there's Pokemon cards that are obviously more powerful than the others. Like I wouldn't trade a LeBron James for a J.R. Smith. Like it's just
You idiot.
okay. I wouldn't
But
trade.
that's my point. Is that like the LeBron James card is only worth more because he as a person is actually worth more, not because the card is actually has any value of any kind. It just has a picture of him on it.
So this is a part of the conversation that Mike and I were talking about. So again, some of these cards are worth so much money.
Yeah.
So much.
Like
so
a gross amount of money.
Yeah,
So-
gross amount. Yeah, you're right.
so-
Gross amount.
in 2021, I think, Luka Doncic, he's been in the year for 2 years. You remember, so I was telling Michael yesterday, there's certain brands of cards that are worth more than the others. So like in basketball, there's a brand called National Treasures. And football, baseball have them
And
too.
it's not about the movie. Don't even
It's
ask.
not about
Guys,
the
Did you
movie.
ask? I'm gonna assume you asked.
Yeah, because Nicolas Cage is not.
Nicolas
there.
Cage is not
He is
involved,
not
and it
involved.
would make it worth it if he was.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, it would make
I
it worth
like,
it if he was.
I would actually be more interested.
I would
in
go
it
on that
if it was a
hunt.
picture of Nicolas Cage.
Yeah,
So-
I would go on that hunt.
So in this product, there's a card of Luka Doncic. It's a 101. Only one exists. It's his autograph, and the patch, the jersey patch, is the NBA logo pulled from his game-worn jersey. That card sold for about $4.4 million.
$4.4 million for a card that you
4.4 for a player who's only been in the league. He was only in the league for 2 years at that time. Hadn't done anything yet. Hadn't even won a playoff series yet. $4.4 million.
Even that, it's like you have a piece of the
No.
jersey.
No.
So at least there's some sort
You
of
can't
artifact.
justify that. You can't justify 4.4 million.
No, but it's better
You could
than
almost
just
buy an island
than
for that.
just the card itself. It's better than just the.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because at some level you have an artifact. You have like, you know what I mean? Like at some point, 100 years in the future, you could put something like that in a museum where it's like, look, this jersey, like this player who went on to become like, won 7 championships. Right, this is his.
But it's a
game-winning
gamble.
Jersey. It is a gamble.
It's a gamble too. That's
I-
a crazy. So like we were
that part
talking.
I understand, but just a card.
So we were talking about like the Mickey Mantles, the Babe Ruths, like those cards. They're not signed, but they're historical.
Yeah, well, and the big thing about that is you have to remember is like back then that's all they had. Like
What do you
know? Like a lot of that's all the kids like had to do was trade the cards.
They don't have the TikTok. So
Yeah,
they don't have the
that was
Twitters,
their
so
way
they
of
don't
doing
have
things like
the
that.
Facebook.
Yeah. And they also, because they are so old, it became rare, and then the rarity pushed the price up. Now I don't agree with,
but that's what I'm saying is that they are just valuable for the sake of being valuable. They're just rare for the sake of being rare. They're making one-off-one cards just so that they can say, look, this is the only one of its kind. Oh, look, now this is the only one of its kind of a different kind. You know what I mean?
I think like the old cards, like Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, like all those old players, where like no one thought about saving the cards or anything like that because they used them and played with them and things like
when
that.
When they were new, when trading cards became a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like way back when they were like actually trading them, playing with them and things like that, and so like ones that were kept in pristine condition, you know, for the sake of nostalgia and things like that, I think grew in value because these people, and then the trading card scene blew up, and you know now they're just like trading for millions and millions of dollars. Now I don't understand it. Would I ever spend more than like $10 on a card I like? Probably not.
That's what I said.
I'd rather spend the money to go watch them play.
Yeah.
So, question: as someone in the finance field, this is the example our Michael and I were talking about yesterday, and they were like, "Oh, well, Mark would be a perfect person to settle this." If I had like said $4.4 million Luka card, would you, as a financial institution, consider that an asset?
Take your time.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, it's an illiquid asset.
Now here's the other thing, because an asset just means something you own, right?
Yeah.
That has like
something that has value tied to it.
Something that has value, right? Now, but here's the thing: if I were to want to get a loan from the bank,
You couldn't.
there we go. Because if I was like, listen, I want a loan. Can I use this as collateral? I paid $4.4 million for it, right? Like there's a lot of value.
Maybe if there was like I don't know. Actually, I don't know the answer to specifically if you could get a loan against it. I would assume not, right? I'm sure there is banks out there or some type of loaning institution that may do it if you had the proper appraisal and proper paperwork. Maybe, right?
See, because my thing is like, there's proof of sales for this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but the proof of sale is just saying, oh, look, some idiot was willing to pay.
Someone was willing to pay this much money. Yeah.
It's like an NFT too. It's like,
well,
how much value? Like, can you use an NFT as collateral to a bank to get a loan? I mean,
not anymore.
It's exactly the value is just out of thin air. It's just what somebody said the value was. You know what I mean? So it's like you literally gave me a perfect example the other day on the phone where you said you had a Kobe card that was worth $10,000
yeah,
at the time.
Let me tell a story. So it's right here actually. It's right above me. So my Kobe card.
We can't hear you.
That's okay.
I wasn't talking. So my Kobe card, I pulled this card 2 months after Kobe Bryant passed away. Like I bought it from a $200 box of basketball cards. This is when I was really big into like basketball, football cards. I bought it, pulled it, cried immediately. It's Kobe Bryant, right? And now I have like
a lot just in general.
That's also true.
I think the podcast needs to know that.
Yeah, it's a bit of a problem.
We're working on it though.
I'm emotional. Anyway, so at the time, so right now it's graded at 9.5, 10 autograph, 9.5 card grading, which is near perfect, right? There's only like a couple of these cards that graded that well. When I pulled it, probably could have sold it for $10,000. But
how much is it worth now?
Now, 2 years later, now it took 2 years for me to get the graded card back, so I couldn't sell it even if I wanted to for $10,000.
But still, in 2 years,
right now,
what?
Right now it's probably $2,500.
It decreased 75% in value in the past 2 years.
Look at you doing quick math. That was crazy.
Okay, well, 10 to 2.5. That's an easy. Anyway.
Now, to be fair,
75% in the past 2 years. This is a crazy asset. Like nothing does that.
But like,
right?
To be fair, like this was that card at that time. You have to think about the market. The card market was exploding. It was exploding, and it wasn't oversaturated yet. And then Kobe had died in the middle of that. So what already would have appreciated in value was multiplied because of the hobby itself.
I also
it was
think
a very unique
during that time, like when the trading market exploded, if I remember correctly, it was around the time of COVID.
It was COVID, yeah.
Yeah, and so a lot of these sports weren't playing.
But also,
so like people were like, "How can I still be involved in the sport?"
Also, the big thing was the stimulus checks. That's what people were spending them on.
Stimmy checks.
People were taking these checks.
People were taking their.
That's what they were doing. It was a big problem. It was a big problem. Everybody knows this.
You guys,
Everybody knows
that's what happened.
They were buying Kobe Bryant cards.
That's what happened, though.
They were buying.
They were just throwing money at it.
They were buying the Charizard cards. You all remember this. You all remember
guys laughed.
We were there. We were there. Yeah.
But this is what happened, and this is a part of why the card market exploded because people had money to spend on it.
It was. I mean, it's just
The
a
U.S. government funded this issue, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, it's just a very specific niche. Is what
Berkan's looked through the records, and he was like, I did the math. It was the stimmy checks.
Stimmy checks were doing it.
Yeah.
All right.
Look, I respect the hobby. I don't want to come across as like.
If you enjoy it, I think it's the same thing of anything. Like, like guys that build custom PCs, they put tons of money into their PC because they want it to be nice. Or, like any other hobbies, like any hobby you have, like you want to put money into it because it's important to you. And so
exactly,
I think if it's worth it to you, I don't think I'll ever get spending that much money. And
well, I was telling Michael,
I'm just saying
like,
I don't see the appeal. No, and I'll never get into it. You do your thing though.
Well, I was telling Michael yesterday when we talked about it was it's like all the cards I got and really my collection in general, super lucky. Like I didn't pay $10,000 at the time for Kobe. I pulled it the one authentic way you can get it.
But the fact that somebody would pay
right,
that for that is crazy to me.
Right.
And it changes so rapidly and so frequently, and you can just make a card worth value. Like it's like
There's
like
just so
NFTs.
much.
You can just make a picture of an ape and then sell it, and it's not like you put $10,000 worth of effort into it, but somebody will pay $10,000 for it. Then a couple of years later, it's gonna
Well, no,
drop 75% in value.
And like I also was telling you, it's like I also somewhat agree with y'all's opinions. Like that's why I stopped really collecting.
And you can't do anything else with it but look at it.
Well, anyway, that's a different argument.
Okay. Well, then you sell it, or
can
you
trade,
it,
you can
or
sell. That's the whole point.
But it's not the same thing as like I was saying, like with the Pokemon cards or whatever else. Even though people do collect these cards just to look at, it evolved from using these cards for a game. Like the love of these cards, some people do just trade them, but they became popular because a lot of people would also play with them.
Yeah.
Like they didn't become popular just for the sake of trading them.
That's true. Actually, Disney's doing something right now. They're kind of created their own Pokemon card type. It's called Lorcana. It's literally like a Pokemon card. You collect them, but you also play them. It's a big thing that came out in the last couple months. That's been pretty popular. But
have you played it?
I have not played it yet.
This is the first I'm hearing of this.
Yeah, I haven't.
I have not. I've not played it, but I know.
Are they like popular Disney characters? Is that what?
Yeah. It's like Mickey. Like at the card show yesterday, I saw somebody had like the first edition Mickey, that was like hollow or whatever, and he was selling it for thousands.
Speaking about people from our childhood, who mean a lot to us, they are making a Wizards of Waverly Place reboot.
Yeah, look at your transition game, Michael.
This is why you should let me co-host, Berkan.
It's not that he should; he has to because you are the co-host.
I am but Berkan treats me like I'm a long stand.
Sound off in the comments if I should let
long-term
Michael.
guest.
If I should let Michael co-host.
He kind of treats you like you're the guy behind the scenes running while he's just talking.
He's my guy in the chair.
Yeah.
I never signed up to be the guy in the chair.
Yeah, you're not a guy in the chair.
I signed up to be the co-Spider-Man.
You're Himothy.
You know what? I'm gonna ask Catherine. Catherine is a loyal listener. Catherine, do you think I treat Michael like a guest or a co-host?
Yeah, Catherine, sound off in the comments.
But yeah, Wizards of Waverly Place is getting a reboot.
Again, I'm being dramatic about the co-host thing. Yeah. I saw a TikTok that David Henry posted. On like this retro TV, and it was like doing like the everything is not as it seems, like at the beginning of like the Wizards of Waverly Place like theme song, and then it was just like a flash, like a second flash of like the first page of the script for like the Wizards of Waverly Place reboot. And it had like 5.4 million likes. God knows how many views.
Little bit of a kind of brilliant marketing strategy by them because the show hasn't been greenlit yet.
Well, they better greenlight it now.
Because he released the first page of the script,
and everybody apparently loves it. Like I said, like literally, you could not pay for that kind of advertising.
So they're gonna they're gonna film the
but everybody wouldn't be like, oh, it's an ad. Oh, I don't want to watch this ad. I'll I got to scroll past it. It counts as a view, but I'm scrolling past it.
Yeah. So it's a pilot episode, right? So the pilot has to be picked up, and they have to like the pilot. And once that's greenlit, then they'll move forward. But it could potentially, if the pilot sucks, then they'll be like, no, we're not doing this.
I gotta imagine that like Paramount, didn't Paramount pick up iCarly?
Yeah. Yes. Well, Paramount and Nickelodeon are tied together.
Okay, I gotta imagine like they'd pick it up. It was originally a Disney show. Hopefully,
This
it'd
is
be
a
on
Disney
Disney
show.
Plus.
It's a Disney Channel. I think it's going to be on Disney Channel. It's the same producers who brought back.
If Disney picks it up, is what you're saying?
If they like the pilot episode, yes. But with how it the virality,
That's not
whatever
really
the word is,
Virality.
the virality of the news, I'm pretty sure they will. But
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be a Disney Channel show, just like the That's So Raven reboot.
Yeah. I mean, what happened to That's a Raven reboot? Is
It went on
done?
for like 4 or 5 years, and then I think it ended.
They ended it. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah. So the Wizards of Waverly Place.
I'm stoked for.
pilot
I loved
episode.
Wizards of Waverly.
It was
It's
great show.
about
Yeah.
about David Henry Justin. He has a wife. He has a kids.
Nice. And he ended up with powers because he became like the headmaster of the school or something, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
in the plot of the
Crazy.
pilot episode, he abandons his powers and he goes to
Have
live
a
a normal life.
Okay, which is what their dad
Just like
did,
his
right?
Father, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but there's
It's pretty
also
noble when you think about it.
Yeah.
there's also a incident in the from WizTech. This is all vague. It's like a
How do you
2-line.
know all this?
That's the summary of the show. The
He's got
summary
it,
that
no
they
worries.
released.
Oh, they released the summary.
Yeah, the summaries released is like after an incident at WizTech. Although it doesn't specify this is why Justin gave up his powers, but it just says Justin gives up his wizard powers to live a normal life with his wife and kids. A powerful young wizard shows up on his doorstep, in need of training.
So it's gonna be like some random kid or something.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like a Mr. Miyagi type thing.
Yeah.
yeah. And then Selena Gomez.
That's a great example. Yeah.
Selena Gomez is producing the show, and she's set to cameo in the
Oh,
first
let's go.
episode.
Oh, she's just cameoing.
Wow, we
again-
want
again,
a permanent.
just
Yeah.
Yeah.
just the first episode. So if it gets picked up, if they do more, who knows how much more she'll be in it, but she will at least be.
Okay, because
appear
she
in
was the
first
main
episode.
character of the original show, so of
course, yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah,
Great
Wizards
show.
of Waverly
Great
Place.
show.
Great show.
Let's
And
hope, let's hope they do it justice.
And speaking of great pieces of media from our childhood, we saw the Mean Girls reboot.
We did. We did. See
Yes, we did. We did.
What
We
did y'all think? I'll go last. What did
you
y'all
go
think?
last again.
All right, okay. So Michael and I watched Mean Girls on Broadway.
Yeah. We saw
I
the
loved
actual-
it.
We saw the actual Broadway show that this movie is like
off of.
like,
Yeah,
where
where
like
the
the script
music
is
comes
basically
from.
just taken
Yeah,
from.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. It was like we went to the show like not really expecting much of it. It was we were two college kids. It was less than $50.
Yeah.
Let's
go.
go.
We literally got the two cheapest tickets to Broadway shows, which was SpongeBob SquarePants the musical and Mean Girls the musical.
Both, which ended up being great choices.
I had higher hopes for SpongeBob the musical, but I loved Mean Girls the
It
musical.
was so good. It was so good. I loved the music. I loved all that.
Everything about
so
it.
I had high hopes.
And again, I came in with low hopes for Mean Girls the music for the Broadway show, and left being like that blew me away.
Yeah, and so but for the movie, that's what I had in mind. Like I was expecting the same kind of quality of the Broadway show.
Okay.
And I thought it was really funny. I thought the music though was super lacking. I didn't like the choices how they kind of presented some of the music. Like it worked, but it wasn't as like energetic and engaging, I guess. But the movie was funny.
Right. I mean, when you're talking about taking a Broadway show to a movie, I mean, you're gonna have to tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean that's just how it is in like acting in general. It's like you can't act for a film the same way you act on Broadway, which I totally understand.
On
but
the stage, you got to act super more exaggerated so that people in the back row know what's going on.
Yeah.
The-
On
Which
the
are
movie,
you guys were sitting. Yeah.
in the movie, the camera's right in front of you.
But here's the thing. The energy wasn't because of that. It was because the actress who played Katie wasn't a singer. She's
know,
not really. She wasn't.
I
couldn't sing.
I saw a lot of similar complaints on TikToks. People literally comparing like the audio from the original Broadway soundtrack to the audio from the movie, and people were like, "Why is this Katie not giving 100% into these?"
They did
these
good
vocals?
with Regina George, with Renee Rapp, and then Janice. Like those characters, they transitioned great from stage
Yeah.
to.
I thought the original Mean Girls was better.
Okay.
That's respectable.
I was not the biggest fan of the new Mean Girls. I didn't dislike it, but it's not a movie that I would be like I need to go see again. You know.
Okay. I have a
Hot take.
hot take. I liked it.
Okay.
And all of the discourse I've been seeing online did not like
You
it.
won't stand for it.
All my coworkers are like, "Oh, I heard it was a bad movie," but it's not that I won't stand for it. But in the movie, I was not like, "When's this movie end? Like, how long have I been here?" And I wasn't like, "Oh," like I was entertained the entire time, and and they had my attention, which I feel like is so hard for a movie to do. You know what I think it is? Hold on. I have a very weird comparison. Okay. This movie held my attention and I was just as entertained by it as Pacific Rim.
What?
And I know.
What?
Very weird comparison. The movies are not alike at all. Not alike at all. But
How did that even pop into your head?
because I had just saw Pacific Rim like days before on Hulu, and I was like, man, I forgot how good of a movie Pacific Rim is, even though the script is bad. Like, literally, Charlie Day at one point in Pacific Rim says, so everyone knows a kaiju has 2 brains, like a dinosaur. Dinosaurs do not have 2 brains. Everybody knows dinosaurs
It's
have
common logic.
Like, Charlie Day says that, and he says it like, oh, yeah. Like, you know,
Like,
the
it's
sky is
common-
blue.
like, it's
Dinosaurs
common
have 2 brains.
Yeah, like, it's
Kaijus have 2
common
brains.
knowledge, yeah.
Like, it's like, and so like, but I still like, so it's like Pacific Rim, like, not like a critic worthy movie, you know, not like a piece of like flashy art. Like, it's not like Pride and Prejudice, you know what I mean? But I like Pacific Rim. I was super entertained by it, engaged the entire time. Mean Girls, same way. Really liked it. And you know what? I like the music. Comparing it to Broadway is going to be a little unfair.
Yeah, it's unfair.
But
It's not the same setting. You can't.
I like the music.
different mediums.
Yeah.
So that's my comparison.
And honestly, if
Pacific
we're-
Rim, Mean Girls, same level, same energy.
If we're looking at it from a big picture too, like these are like what 30 total seconds of the movie that people are complaining about.
Yeah, probably.
So it's, I mean, like Mean Girls is entertaining. Like it is funny.
And Tina Fey.
Tina Fey's brilliant. I
Tina
love
Fey
Tina
is just
Fey.
amazing.
Perfect in the movie.
Yeah.
Just perfect in every way.
That one bit where she shows up like she's about to sing.
Yeah. She's like, no, that was good. That was my favorite part of the movie.
That was like the part in Barbie where Ken goes sublime. Like it's
I'm gonna start comparing. Like when I watch movies with Michael, I'm gonna start critiquing and reviewing them based on how many times we get a loud Michael cackle.
Ooh.
Like this
I thought
movie
you
gave
were
us
gonna-
one
I thought you were
Michael
gonna say it
cackle.
based off the premises of how close is it to Pacific Rim.
Oh, you know what?
the Pacific Rim test.
Yeah,
You know what?
Pacific Rim
Pacific
test.
Rim test.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
you're right.
that's the new test for movies.
That's
Right.
new.
That's-
Before
Does it
every,
bring the same
I think-
level of energy?
I think
you have to
Pacific-
watch
Pacific
Pacific-
Rim is the benchmark.
do you have
Okay.
to watch Pacific Rim,
Benchmark to what?
or you watch every new movie now, just so it's like fresh in your
Oh,
mind?
that's
I
tough.
gotta
have to- you have to
watch
sit through
Pacific
Pacific
Rim
Rim.
right before I watch any movie.
You have to sit through
See
it.
which one I like more, and if I like it less than Pacific Rim, bad movie.
Bad movie.
If I like it as much or better,
Good movie.
great movie.
Yeah. A movie you'd watch again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh.
No, I actually do think that this is a good test because again, Pacific Rim is not like it's not a hoity-toity like
What?
a hoity-toity fancy movie. It's not like a, you know what I mean? Like Pacific
No.
Did you just say hoity-toity?
hoity-toity,
Unironically?
hoity-toity. Like it's not like, you know, nobody's eating Grey Poupon while they're eating Pacific Rim.
What are you talking about right now?
Grey Poupon?
No.
You don't know what Grey Poupon is? Sound off in the comments if you know what Grey Poupon is. Sound off in the comments if that
You
joke
just
hit.
said hoity-toity and then Grey Poupon all in the same sentence, and we're gonna let that go. After comparing Mean Girls to Pacific Rim.
You're more upset by hoity-toity than you are about the comparison of Mean Girls
I
to
am.
Pacific Rim.
Where did that come from, and how do you fit that into a sentence?
Mark, I think you're upset because I have cracked the code.
Oh, the Pacific Rim code.
I-
That is the code to
literally,
movies?
Who could? Yes, dude. You're literally comparing one movie to it doesn't matter what the theme is, who the actors and actresses are, who the target audience is. What you're comparing is your enjoyment level from one film to another, despite what
Your
the critics are telling
benchmark-
you, despite what the
your
Oscars are telling
benchmark
you.
is the
despite,
Pacific Rim movie.
yes, the benchmark.
That is something.
You got, and if you hit it out of the park, then good job. Top 10 movie in my opinion.
Does Pacific Rim 2 pass the Pacific Rim benchmark?
Haven't
That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. You can't use that as a benchmark if you're not a loyal fan.
But I like okay. I'm not.
You haven't seen the second
I'm
one.
not a loyal fan.
But
I've
you
seen the
don't-
movie twice.
but
But
you don't-
Okay, but you use it as the
Pacific Rim
benchmark.
You don't like the movie enough to
benchmark.
go see the
You've
second
seen
one.
it twice and you
benchmark.
use it as
You
your
don't like it
benchmark.
enough to go see the second one.
dude, no.
Then how is it your benchmark?
Okay, what is Pacific Rim 2 streaming on? Is it
I'm
on
pretty sure-
something? I'll watch
I
it
don't know.
tonight.
You'll watch it tonight.
I'll watch it tonight.
And you'll sound
if
off
I
in the
can-
comments.
if I can watch it for free.
You
Yes.
probably can't. It's probably on Netflix or something.
Okay.
Or Paramount. I would put my money on Paramount.
God, you guys are so mad.
Uh,
You know what else people are mad about? The planes that are
planes,
falling
man.
apart everywhere. The planes.
The The non-Pixar film planes or just actual planes?
That was a bad joke.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm
We
sorry.
need a boo
Where's
button.
the boo? Oh. Well, see, I guess the people liked it.
Oh, brother.
Sound off in the comments. If you
Yeah,
like.
please sound off in the comments for that one.
Dude, the planes are falling apart.
They are. What's going on with that?
The planes cannot get from A to B without catching fire or literally like
They're supposed to be flying.
parts falling apart.
Do you know what? Do you know what makes this really unfortunate?
What?
I've noticed the older I get, the more I fly, the more I hate flying, and all this happening all at the same time is not helping.
No, dude. No, it's not helping. Like, because also now I don't want to go anywhere.
When I was flying home from LA a couple weeks ago, I was just looking around the plane, and I was like, "Where? How does this even happen?" It's stressful.
How does the plane work?
How does the door fly off? Was it even the door? It was just a piece of the wall.
It was a piece of the wall, but here's the thing: is that that piece of the wall is used in the manufacturing process as a door. So that's like the piece that they put on last, and they bring in all like the chairs and all of like the furniture and whatever else. They're using that to bring in and out materials and people as they're building the plane, and then they put that door on and bolt it with 4 bolts, only 4 bolts, and then that's supposed to stay for the rest of like the plane's life cycle. So that failed, and apparently that they designed this door as like a cost-cutting measure. So like this was supposed to streamline the building process, and like it was supposed to be cheaper for them, and they're only using 4 bolts and yada yada yada. They're being all hoity-toity about it, and then what do you know? It's flying off 2 minutes into a flight. I don't know if it was actually 2 minutes, but they did
Someone
not
sound off in the comments. Fact check that if it was.
They didn't get very far into the flight because if they were higher up, it would have been way worse. They weren't very high. The pressure differential wasn't very strong.
How I honestly, and this may be a little bit dark, I'm honestly surprised no one flew out of the door.
No, it's a miracle. No,
Like, I don't know how like we've seen instances like I think on like a Southwest airline flight from New York to Dallas actually, the plane window like broke and someone was suctioned out. So how does this whole wall?
Well,
that's the pressure.
That's
part.
why I
That's
said
the
the pressure
part.
differential wasn't very high.
They hadn't gotten high enough.
They weren't
yet.
very high up
I
in
see,
the
I see.
altitude, so like the air from the plane wasn't sucked out. They were still pretty low, so the air was
When
pretty
you're-
much
when
the
you're
same on
up
both
there,
sides.
They have to pressurize the
I see,
cabin.
I see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Still crazy. I saw somebody who like talked about how they like got up from their seat and went to a different part of the plane during this whole thing, and I just couldn't comprehend.
I feel
how
like
it
you
was
should
possible.
keep your seatbelt on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the plane's breaking apart, and you're like, let me just get up real
So
quick.
for all the viewers back home, if the plane breaks while you're on it, please keep your seatbelt on.
Yeah. Best case scenario, you end up in like a lost situation.
Yeah, you
know?
lose any. If you're gonna lose with your seatbelt on.
Yeah, and that way you might have the chance to become the leader on this deserted island, and then
good.
uncover the
'Cause
mysteries.
yeah,
going
imagine
on.
it hits, and you're the only one that has a seatbelt on.
Right.
You got a lot better survival.
Everyone else has a broken leg or whatever, and
you're
like,
taking care of everyone, and then you're like, you're the guy.
you're the guy.
You're the guy. You're the guy on this island.
Y'all ever seen Lost?
Didn't Lost have a bad ending?
Okay, people hated the Lost ending.
Let's pipe down over there.
Did you like the Lost?
I
ending?
loved the Lost.
I
loved Lost.
How could they have ended it better? People
Well,
were
it
upset
was like
about it.
it was like at that point, what else were we gonna do with it?
There was no other way to end it.
Yeah, I mean,
My opinion.
it was kind of we had ran the race.
Yeah.
We just needed to be done with it.
And you know what? We didn't trip across the finish line.
Yeah, they did it efficiently.
They just
cut it off. They just.
Yeah, I liked it.
Anyways,
You should watch it. It's really good TV.
try saying.
First 3 seasons, some of the best television ever.
Oh yeah.
Last 3 seasons, it looks like a pyramid, right? In quality. It's like
I would bell curve it.
starts at Pacific Rim level, goes above Pacific Rim, goes back down. You know, and in fact, you know what? It might not look like a pyramid because it might go below Pacific Rim, seasons 4 and 5, and then first half of 6. Then the last half of 6 comes back up to Pacific Rim quality. Why are y'all staring at me?
I really don't have a comment for that.
I
don't know where to go from here.
I'm literally showing you how the Pacific Rim. You can graph the Pacific Rim test.
You can graph it.
You can graph it over time with a TV
Like the
series.
Hot Crazy
like I
scale.
was just doing. I was like, okay, like
the hot crazy scale from How I Met Your Mother.
The x-axis,
Excellent.
x-axis is time. Y-axis is quality. The middle is Pacific Rim. The middle is Pacific Rim quality. So it's above Pacific Rim quality, below Pacific Rim
I
quality.
just don't know if I agree with the whole Pacific Rim aspect
What
of
would
this.
what would your benchmark movie be? And it can't be a movie that's like your favorite movie of all time because it has to be something
That's
that like
achievable.
Yes.
Okay,
It's like the minimum achievable, like the minimum movie that you're like, this was a good movie. Better than this good movie, worse than this bad movie.
I feel like I was actually, you know what? Coincidentally, I was thinking about this earlier when I was watching Inside Out.
I feel like you're lying to me.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I was watching Inside Out.
About it.
I was watching Inside Out, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, if you think about it, this movie has a lot of qualities to Toy Story, like a lot of similar qualities. And I was comparing it to Toy Story. I was like, is this better than Toy Story?
Aren't they both
Toy
Pixar?
Story
They're both
is your
Pixar movies.
They're both Pixar movies.
Yeah.
So, but what I was gonna say is, I think each like format
If we're going off
has its own
Pixar
benchmark.
movies as the benchmark, I'm using Cars.
Okay. I could see that.
Ka-chow.
You didn't put any energy into that. Ka-chow.
It's just ka-chow. Now the one you gotta put interest to is Kachiga.
I don't like that. That makes me uncomfortable.
Kachiga makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah, that makes me uncomfortable. Okay, so
Maybe
your
not-
benchmark is Cars. What's your benchmark?
I take it back. I don't think it's Fast and Furious. You know what?
It shouldn't be.
Oh,
It's
right, you had already said
Transformers. It's Transformers.
Transformers.
It's
That's-
Transformers.
Okay,
That is a spicy one.
Okay, so you're making fun of me for picking Pacific Rim.
Whoa.
You made fun of me for picking Pacific Rim,
Don't
which is
you-
giant robots fighting.
Don't you dare!
And you picked
You're trying to.
Transformers.
You're trying to.
which is giant
You're trying to
robots
compare.
fighting.
Yeah, but Pacific Rim doesn't have
Transformers-
Megan Fox in it.
Is better than Pacific Rim by all aspects.
Megan Fox, Shia LaBeouf. That's all that needs to be stated.
Optimus Prime,
Okay.
Peter Cullen as
Bumblebee.
I think very comparable movies.
but one significantly better.
I think they're pretty much right there.
No,
I could watch the Transformers movies multiple times.
Sound off in the comments. Which one is better, Transformers or Pacific Rim?
I doubt many of them have seen Pacific Rim.
What?
yeah, I don't think Pacific Rim was a box office hit.
What? Yes, it was.
Nah.
According to who?
Okay, let me look it up. I'm looking it up.
You're feeling kind of stupid right now. Is that why you're looking
I'm
it up?
fact checking. I'm fact checking.
How much do you think Pacific Rim made? I'm gonna go with 236 million.
Really, I was going to go like 180, 200.
Yeah, I think that's pretty.
Pacific Rim
close.
box office.
Maybe even 150.
Okay, what were y'all guesses?
I said 236.
236 and what?
Not 200.
411 million US dollars.
That's not even close to $1 billion, though.
That's double what you guys just said.
Yeah,
Okay.
but ours are bad.
Double bad. It's twice. It's two times
So
better
it's-
than bad.
So
it's
So
two.
it's
it was,
okay.
it was an average box
That's
office
why it's the
film.
benchmark. That's why it's the benchmark, y'all. That's what I'm saying.
No.
No,
I think a benchmark needs to be slightly above average.
yeah, it needs to be.
It does not. It cannot be something that's unattainable.
I think it
but
is
It does need to be above the average because if every movie is hitting the benchmark, then the benchmark becomes diluted and not necessary.
I don't think every movie is hitting the benchmark, and I do think it's slightly above average. I enjoyed the movie. I finished the whole thing. Like I said,
Well,
it
that's
had my
your
attention.
opinion.
I finished the whole thing. It had my attention the entire time.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
Pacific Rim came out what? 2012.
Let me look it up. You say 2012?
Yeah.
I could not even begin to tell you when it came out.
Pacific.
Maybe 2013. I don't know.
2013.
Okay, 2013. It came out in 2013.
How did you know that?
I have a weird thing with movie release dates. I can't explain it. Um,
It's weird.
so in 11 years, you've only felt the need to rewatch Pacific Rim once.
Well, I didn't watch it when it came out.
Oh. You didn't even see it in theaters, and this is the movie.
He was like, everybody saw it in theaters. It did well at the box
I
office.
did not.
I didn't watch it when it came out.
I didn't say that everybody saw it in
brother.
theaters.
No,
I'm saying that you guys said it wasn't a
like-
box office hit, and I'm saying I think it was.
You think because you don't know because you never
You
saw
didn't even go see it.
The numbers speak for themselves.
It's only 400 million.
411 million.
Oh.
Don't forget the. Okay, so
Yeah.
how do you qualify a box office hit?
I think it's got to be over $500 million.
I think
I think
it
that's
depends how
arbitrary.
much the movie. How much?
I think
what
you're
was the?
arbitrary.
It's close to
What was
half
the
a
budget?
billion.
Wait, what was the budget for Pacific Rim?
All right. I'm looking up the budget. Pacific Rim budget was 150 million.
Okay, wait, no. You say that, but that's not. So 150 million for the movie budget. Throw in another 150 million for the marketing budget.
Okay, 300 million. They made over $100 million.
In movie terms, that's not that great.
Well, they made a sequel.
Yeah,
which
like
you
it
haven't
took-
seen.
Look,
Which you haven't seen.
Idris Elba, Charlie Day.
Didn't come
You
back
have-
for the
you-
sequel.
You have not seen it.
The sequel to Pacific Rim was John Boyega saying, "I need to leave Star Wars and do something else."
So he
And
went.
So he did the sequel that was worse.
Well, you
Just
know,
like he did
When the original
Star Wars
cast,
sequel, which was
Michael,
worse.
when the original cast won't come back for a movie, and you have to like recast, and you have to like change the plots to fit like new actors, it's not a good sign.
Okay, have you heard the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia podcast? Because Charlie Day apparently took a lot of directing notes from who's the director of Pacific Rim? He's famous. He did
J.J. Abrams, he did Force Awakens. No,
No,
not
the Force.
not J.J. Abrams.
No, it was the same guy who did The Shape of Water. What's the dude's name?
The shit-
Guillermo del Toro.
Yes,
He did Pacific Rim.
he did Pacific Rim. Okay, I'm looking it up. Pacific Rim.
When did we become a Pacific Rim
Director.
podcast?
Yeah.
No, we really got into
Guillermo del Toro.
this year.
For both of them?
I don't think.
I mean, I don't know about both of them.
Dude, two. I'm curious. There's
Okay.
no way he directed both of those movies.
both.
Both.
No, Pacific Rim 2 director was Stephen S. DeKnight.
Okay. Even worse, when the director and the main cast does not want to return.
Literally a Best Picture winning director.
Smart enough not to return.
Directed Pacific Rim.
This was before he was that level.
Yes, the origin
Pacific
story.
Rim was like, I'm gonna get all the
Pacific Rim.
Everyone loves an origin story.
Pacific Rim was like, I'm gonna get all my bad habits out
And
here.
Charlie Day has positive things to say about his experience working on Pacific Rim. In the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia podcast, he says he took directing notes from Guillermo del Toro and put it into them making It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
So Charlie Day, who's
I'd
no
have positive things to say too if I was getting paid.
Well, you don't. I mean,
but let's
it's
not
more
act
than that.
let's
It's
not
like
act
he
like
took,
Charlie
he took
Day.
more than money out of it. He took directing notes from it.
Well,
Like, he took-
yeah, you can still work with great people. Doesn't mean like
It's a good film.
good directors have directed bad movies, Michael.
So you guys think Pacific Rim is bad?
I don't think
Is that your stance?
I don't think it's bad. I just don't think it's a bench.
I just don't think like I don't think using a movie that I have only seen once and have absolutely zero interest in watching again should be a benchmark.
Okay, you thought
that-
the Fast and
to me-
Furious movies was the
Because
benchmark,
to be
or the Transformers,
Transformers
or what?
movies,
Transformers. What would you rate Transformers out of 10? All three or one of them?
No, the first one.
Transformers 1. What would you rate it out of 10? saying it's great.
6.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say the same.
All right.
Revenge of the Fallen is better.
Okay.
What would you rate Pacific Rim out of 10? If you say anything above a 7.
Probably 6.5. Probably the same thing.
Oh, sure, Pud. Yeah, sure.
Probably the same thing.
Honestly, I have more interest in rewatching Morbius than I do Pacific Rim, to be honest.
Okay, I haven't seen Morbius, so I'm not gonna.
I haven't seen it earlier. I heard it was
It's
so
awful.
atrocious. I didn't want to see
It's
it.
awful, and that's what I'm saying. Like that's why it's a bad benchmark movie, because if Morbius beats it, it's kind of problematic. Morbius got a 20% on
Let's
Rotten
watch
Tomatoes.
Pacific Rim together. Let's watch Pacific Rim together, and I promise you, those robot fight scenes are gonna make you go, "Oh my god!"
No, because Transformers does it better.
Let's watch both.
Okay.
I'll watch Transformers 1 with you if you watch Pacific Rim with me.
Okay, fine.
And Mark, you can come if you want. I don't know.
He's like, Pacific Rim.
I don't want to see Pacific Rim.
All right.
I'd come
All
for
right.
Transformers.
I think we're nearing the end, right?
I think we did it.
All right. Well, Mark, thank you so much for being a guest. You're always welcome.
Thank you guys for having me.
Well, I am JFK's hair.
All right. I'm Guillermo del Toro.
What is this?
You can just pick someone.
Yeah, who are you?
You can just pick someone.
I just picked someone.
Yeah, pick Shia LaBeouf.
Okay, Shia LaBeouf.
Wait, no, I want to be Shell.
No, shut up.
He does this every episode. He always gets jealous of other people.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they have better picks than me.
You picked JFK's hair.
Fine,
Let's take
I'm
this
Megan
in a second.
Fox.
All right. And that's Starlog. Thank you. Goodbye. Oh my god. Why is that happening?